So thank you very much for being here in this fourth planning call. It's exciting. We're kind of smack in the middle of a whole bunch of different things. I think it makes sense to kind of do our usual routine of going through the individual events and spending most of the time in the design-a-thon probably. But before doing that, is there anything else you'd like to chat about today?
Nope.
All good. All right, then I'll share the planning doc again, and we can just jump right in. Also put it in my background here. So just like last time, furthest away is Presidio, which I think we have a planning call next week, but I don't think anything else has happened. Right, Mo?
Yeah, so Presidio is moving forward in terms of marketing because it's going to be a capped event of 20 people in person in San Francisco. We're looking to get a running marketing thing going to build up momentum around it. So it's probably going to be podcasts and posters and lots of fun stuff. We have a call next week with people over at Presidio to kind of get that a little bit more lined up. And then there'll be lots of fun stuff to do after that, like, designing posters and stuff like that. So that's some things we can, Alex is here again. That's something we can do live in the Bitcoin design community. But hoping to get some San Francisco designers in, hoping to get some developers in. And then a few of us will also head over. So that's pretty much a Presidio update. Call next week and then we'll know more.
Yeah, they were here at Grassroots as well, or at least one of the members, I forget his name, and they did mention this as well. So
cool. Who is it? Who was it that was there? You don't remember
I
his
forget
name.
his name already.
All good. All good.
Okay, cool. Then next in our reverse chronological timeline is Prague, I think. So it's still kind of light chatting. Stick told us that there are no in all the open submissions for the Dev Hack Day, there were no design talks. So we're gonna need to come up with our own full agenda. We have full control. But I think, as I mentioned before, we're gonna keep the same room, same layout, same furniture. We just need
Perfect.
find a hand. We have a handful of tracks. We just need to find a few more speakers, and we need to really think about our afternoon activities where people are kind of tired, and we need to like do unconference or whatever other stuff. That's going to be the biggest thing to figure out, I think. But yeah, I'd love to spend more time. Honestly, I'd love to spend more time on planning BTC Prague, but my head is just so much in the design-a-thon. I just don't have the mental space for it. Someone wants to help out with that. Yeah.
Although I probably won't be attending, I'm happy to jump into the planning
Yeah.
sort of early next week and just try to think about it more because I honestly don't feel like much has been moving forward in that area and we do need to get going.
Mm.
So yeah. Is Michael still involved in that with the planning or is it more we're in direct
Yes.
contact with them now?
Yes, Michael is still our man on the ground in Prague
Okay.
and directly. I mean, he works for Trezor now, so he talks to them every day, basically.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's chat on Discord, and for anyone who wants to help with that one, welcome to reach out. Then Oslo Freedom Forum. I don't think there's anything new, right? Plan is basically set.
Yeah, so basically we've gotten a room in the main venue for the usability testing for both White Noise as well as Dana Wallet. So that's fun. That's going to be super fun to see. I don't know if you're coming over to Oslo Freedom Forum as well. No, you're not. No. Alex? No, because you're going to be in Vegas, right? Okay. So we've got a room organized there, and then we're going to be doing one-on-one interviews. Likely with a group of 20 activists who have a continuous relationship with the Human Rights Foundation. So it'll be really nice to do. Basically, the interview script is already ready for that one. It's now just logistics, and I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. Coordinating with Dana Wallet and coordinating with White Noise, which is happening in the background. I think Yashra just setting up a call with Dana Wallet for the UX research part at the Oslo Freedom Forum. And then I have a call with Jeff from White Noise to set up the research plan for White Noise. So that just continues to move forward as well. Yeah.
Excellent. Any thoughts, questions around any of those things, or should we go to the designathon?
Just on Prague, it's if it's just like last year, we have total control. Maybe I could start reaching out to some people, maybe like devs or designer adjacent people that I know, see if they'd be interested in giving a talk and stuff. So I'll see.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think Michael also got a hold of Jakob. I don't know if he has something to share with Albi or some of the other things he's involved in. But yeah, that's a good idea. One is topical things, like what are some of the big things that people are struggling with, researching, and then maybe finding someone who is good at that, or not good at that, but kind of would be good to do a talk on it, or someone who's going anyways and maybe want to do something, do a talk on something that's that they're working on or so. Those are kind of the two angles, I think. Yeah, it seems like we should just start a separate group going for the Prague organizational stuff.
Yeah, Prague needs to
just kind of
move a little bit because, it's also just in June, which is also just around the corner as well.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, designathon. So there's a ton of stuff happening. Where do we even start? How about we just start
website dates
with our planning doc?
Yeah.
So we've done a bunch of social promotion. We're at the stage where people can either register on the website or they can submit ideas. We've gotten 2 ideas in. One is like, there's not much text, kind of hard to figure out what it is about. The other one by Yashraj was about silent payments privacy. It was pretty good. We need to bug some more people to submit ideas. Stacy from Saving Satoshi, she's going to do the movie trailer idea, which will be cool. And then I'm trying to make Steve Lee bugged. But Neil Woodfine, there was a conversation about institutional guidelines for institutional custody. I think that there was a discussion about that one. So if we can start getting kind of these ideas kind of in, if you have ideas, those are great conversation material, and then hopefully also get some people excited to participate. So that's kind of the phase there. Thanks, Eric, for helping with all the promotional stuff. And then just one more quick thing from me. This is a preview link for an update to the website, which I'll just share real quick. So this one is pretty much ready to go. So you'll see our list of prices here. So this is kind of what this is kind of the amalgamation of the current state of things, right? So we want to give a best overall price, and we have 5 million sats from the Bitcoin Design Foundation. Then we know we want to do an accessibility price, but we don't have a sponsor yet. That's a great thing where we can go around and say, hey, this is a good thing. You want to sponsor it? Then we have the open design price, where PenPod is going to give us some swag. And then we have eCash Notes design sponsored by Gent Laff, I think, and OpenCash. And then if we put this kind of live along with a link to the sponsoring document, then we can share this stuff. It's like, there's something happening. Maybe others also want to come in. And so in this sponsored document, sorry, as an organizer, that would be that'd be cool to participate. So then there's this discussion around, and I'd love to give everyone's input on that one. I'll share the link real quick. So we've started working on this sponsorship document. There are kind of 2 variations of it. This first one, which is based on what we had the previous year, it's a little bit more to the point. There's an invite here, prices, like the prices that we currently have, and then the prices we are looking for, second price, third price, accessibility, and then we can suggest like if there's anything else you want to sponsor, whether it's like a made-up category for like goofiest art or something like liquid or whatever, then you're welcome to propose. And then Paper Psych wrote a second one that is a little bit too salesy for me, but it might just be the thing that works better. It's more like this is why design is important. This is why we need this. It's about the future of Bitcoin. So I don't know. Just leave some comments, leave your feedback, and we can just pick one and then go with it.
Oh, I didn't actually
delete it.
go into tab 2. I stayed in tab 1, so I didn't see this.
Yeah.
So you can ignore my comment. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't see this yet. Okay.
Yeah. So just pick one and leave your comments, and we'll roll with whichever.
Okay. Fun.
Yeah. Love it. Tab
Tab 3
3
is
is
even better.
great.
Okay.
Tab 3. Okay. Yeah. My feedback on the second one was that the top page basically doesn't say anything about designathon. It tries to sell more the idea, but it doesn't really have, like, the title's kind of missing. So I think Paper went in and combined those a little bit. Yeah. So just leave your comments and we can just use it. That's going to be linked from the website. And we will also probably share it directly with some people. So that'd be a great one to get your input on.
Michael is here. Is it Michael Haas here, or is it a different Michael?
It's the one and only.
It is the one and only.
And
Okay, so yeah, nice to see you again.
my other meeting ran over, so I'm late. Sorry.
I know that we've already moved over the BTC Prague, but we were just saying that we need to kind of move forward with planning and organization there, because it is in June, which is around the corner. So yeah, is there anything you would maybe like to share about BTC Prague or anything in that area?
I have two main updates. One is that they don't have a sponsor this time for the hack day, so it looks like we're not gonna get a budget for like decoration and stuff like we did last time. So unless we finance it ourselves, it's going to be tough, because last time it was kind of sponsored by the HRF. This time they're in the red, so it was that's kind of the letdown. The positive news is that speakers will get a ticket to the Dev Hack Day and a ticket for the main conference. So anybody who's motivated to have a session there, they can go to the conference for free.
So decorations, just last year, I think it was around $1,500 in Czech currency, kroners converted, something like that, right? And decorations means furniture. So it's a very standard hotel conference room, which looks like a hotel conference room, and we turned it into a design lounge with sofas and cool seats and like these standing tables in the back, and it just really created a very unique atmosphere that was quite different from the other rooms. So that's kind of how we made the space feel special.
Yeah, we had the funnest space ever at the event. Like we had like different color lights, and it was dark lighting, and Stephen DeLorme was there, and he just did his thing, and he was leading the design. It was super fun. Super fun.
Yeah, so maybe this is something that we can discuss in the Bitcoin Design Foundation, because that's kind of what it's for, the foundation, to support these events. And BTC Prague has been very generous with us the last 2 years anyways. So maybe that's something that we can still make happen there.
Yeah, well, I think we have an Google sheet somewhere from last time to see the exact prices and stuff, so we can I can check what we had and what it costs. So we can work on that as well.
Yep.
Maybe we just get everyone to sit on the floor this time. We just do beanbags, and we just do we do beanbags, and we do lighting, because the room was so packed at some points. Like it was completely packed, and yeah. But at some points it was completely empty in the afternoon as well. So that's something we really need to think about.
Yeah, when this panel, apparently this other panel happened with all these Bitcoin legends, and everyone was like, bam, gone. But anyways, okay, cool. But that's good stuff to know. That's something that we have to figure out then there and the remaining speakers.
Cool.
Cool. So back to Designathon, or where do you want to go?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So please take a look at this sponsorship document. It'd be great to finalize it maybe by tomorrow. If you just leave comments today, tomorrow we can finalize it, and then we can go live. The other thing here, we have a schedule now on the website. This schedule is also pulls data from Airtable. I just put in kickoff call and wrap-up call. So this is not live on the website. This is just on the preview link and price announcement. I'm sure the time of day are going to change here for those. We can adjust that. But then we can also start filling in other events. Like I talked to the PenPod people, and I'll do a PenPod workshop based on some material they provided. So I'll try to schedule that one for some of the first few days, because that'll be part of the open design tooling track. Mo, I don't know if you want to do a research one. Jason, if you want to do an accessibility one. People will be all over the world, so most likely it's just never been be good for everyone. So maybe just pick something and propose when and where you'd like to do it. And
yeah. So what do you think is a good time if you consider that everyone will be spread around the world? Like 3 UTC, like 2 UTC, something in the middle?
You just have to do a 24-hour workshop.
I don't know. I'm just trying to consider the people in America, then the people in South America, and then people in Africa, and then people in Europe.
So
I don't know.
what we did for the kickoff call 2 years ago was we had 2 kickoff calls set apart by maybe, I don't know if it was 6 or 9 hours or so.
Yeah.
That made it easier for people. Also people who are, I don't know, they spent the morning or afternoon with family or whatever, but they could choose from 2 times. For the kickoff call, I think that was quite nice. For the workshop, I think it's up to you if you'd like to do one day, multiple days, different times.
And we have 41 or 43 registrations at present. People have signed up. So that's pretty nice, considering it's still early days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is everyone any other ideas for workshops or anything else you think we should be doing? Should we also do a mid-event check-in where people can talk? Should we do office hours or something else?
Yeah, I would do a short accessibility workshop and some office hours as well.
Mm-hmm.
And just an update from talking with Sahil here at Nashville. He agreed to do a design workshop for BTC++. I think he already has a ticket, so I think he should be good to go there. He was going to try to join this call, but he was traveling this morning, so he gave me a verbal agreement on that. So he and I could do an accessibility and design workshop, kind of back to back. I'm not sure, Alex, what you're planning for the format of that leading up to the hackathon during Bitcoin++. If you're going to have like a specific time or a day where you're going to get all the devs and all the participants in one room and do some quick talks about, the format, and maybe this would be a good time to do like a short, 30-minute design talk and a 30-minute accessibility talk.
Yeah, just to be clear, you're referring to during the Austin event.
Correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that'll probably be during the hackathon period. So we'll promote it like while people are hacking as like an optional thing to come and talk design. So yeah, it'll be during the hackathon.
Okay. Is that the last day or the day before?
Yeah, need to see like when the hackathon is officially kicks off. So yeah, it'll either be like after the hackathon kickoff, but if it's too late in the evening, then it'll be the next day.
Okay, sounds good.
And Alex, would you like to get us a date in for the online design workshop for the Vegas one? Because I believe that this is this for the Vegas one that we already have in?
No,
or
that's so Vegas has already started the event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to schedule the online workshop for the Vegas hackathon as well. So this is pretty fluid right now. So if you guys have a week that you want to do it, or a week or time, we're booked for the workshop for next week. But other than that, it's wide open. So yeah, feel free to pick any week or time, even if it's in a weird time. That's good. So we have some, diversity of time zones.
So let's just finish the designathon stuff real quick. So we have the schedule we have the planning document, and we have a schedule tab. And I put in Austin Bitcoin Design Club live create with Sahil at 6. I put in these two things for placeholders for the Austin hackathon. If you add in a description and a title and a time or so, or like where it's going to be, live stream or wherever, then I will add those to the website. So any event, any conference, anything you want to do, any workshop, you just add it to the schedule, let me know or tag me or so, and I'll add it to the website. And then we can just get stuff in. That would be super helpful for me to do. Okay, do you want to talk about events then for Vegas real quick?
Yeah, just a quick question to round up what Christoph just said. So like we did it last year with the Designathon, shall we do like the workshops, the UX research workshop earlier on in the schedule? Sort of, yeah, if it kicks off on the 21st, then no, it starts voting. Okay, kickoff day is 4th. So probably 7, 8, or 9.
Yeah, I think that the second week is maybe good for design reviews, creates the office hours, these types of things, because people might already be working on their projects. The first week is maybe better for these intro to PenPot or how to do UX research. So then participants still have time to act on those.
All right.
And Sahil joined. Thank you for joining. We just mentioned your name.
Hey, sorry y'all, I'm at the park. So just calling in audio.
Welcome,
Awesome.
Sahil.
Oh, good. Happy to have you here.
Howdy.
And thanks for being willing to do these live crits. It's awesome.
Yeah, oh, for sure. You're talking about for ABDC, right? The Design Club?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Excellent. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I mentioned that you gave me a verbal go on potentially doing a design workshop for BTC++ as well, like a short one, like a 30-minute or so.
Yeah, totally. Just yeah, let me know how I can help, what the details are, that kind of thing, and yeah, let's do it.
Excellent.
Awesome. So we have intro to PenPod, we have accessibility, we have live crits, we have UX research workshop. Is there anything else that you think that we should be doing?
I feel like we could do something showcasing the Bitcoin Design Guide and the community resources as well, because we will present the participants with a resource document with all the links, but sometimes not everyone goes through those documents. I've learned that from the UX boot camps, which we've done. So maybe it's nice to showcase the community resources. Or we could also do that in a kickoff call, or we could do it as a separate call. So we do Bitcoin Design Guide, we do, Bitcoin UI Kit, we, show them to the UX Research Toolkit, just a high-level overview. But it doesn't have to be a whole call, but, I think it's a good opportunity to showcase the Bitcoin Design Guide anyway, and just go into it so that,
Yeah, the alternative with the resources is that so this is actually another question for the whole group. My point was that paying attention to what the projects are doing and then sliding in with the right resources that are contextually relevant.
There you go.
And that is a discussion that Mo and Paper and I had is previous event, we asked every team to create at the time, Slack channel for their project, which was to encourage transparency, to make it easier to be able to participate, peek into the project, and all of this stuff. Should we do this again? Discord is a little bit less forgiving. You can't really archive channels. You can archive them by moving them to the bottom of the list, but it's not real archiving. So they'll probably stick around forever unless we say like, okay, we're going to delete them in 3 months or so. Or we tell people, just find your own channel, do something, and just let us know where it is. And some people do prefer Telegram. Some people have existing projects, channels on Signal or somewhere else. What does everyone think? What should we do? Try to keep everyone in Discord? Leave it up to everyone?
I say leave it up to the teams. I mean, some folks might have a preference for Signal or something else.
So give them an option, either we can create on a Discord or do your own thing.
Yeah, +1 for that. Bye, Alex.
Hey, thanks for joining.
Yep. Good to see you.
Yeah, I think that the important thing is that people who want to join later is that they find it, right? Not which one it is. And so my experience from the last design-a-thon was that after a while it went really silent, quiet. We actually didn't use it. In the end, it was just Carnage and me, and I think we just DM'd each other all the time. So yeah, we abandoned basically that channel, I think, in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, for I mean, it's more inviting when the activity is transparent. It also helps with judging, because then there's like a track record of what everyone did during that time. So some things speak for it, but human behavior speaks against it. So something different, maybe. Okay, we'll leave it up to teams. Another question I had: any other? So I'd like to leave out to Blockstream. We have a good contact there. Maybe they want to sponsor something. Anyone else that you think might be willing to sponsor some track, or someone we should reach out to?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Christoph?
Oh, if there's any other potential sponsors that we should reach out to, if you can think of anyone.
I mean, I can reach out to some folks at Unchained, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Do you want to, is it helpful if you have the sponsorship document when you reach out, Jason? Because I mean, I realized that we're finalizing that right now.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll wrap up that sponsorship document as soon as possible so that you can use that in your communication.
Sounds good.
Paper said Plan B network. Do we know someone there? Could certainly try.
Maybe John Carvalho. He spoke positively about the design-a-thon on Twitter, and I think he's somewhat involved with it.
Yeah, could be one. Okay, just reach out if you can think of anyone else, or anything else. Yeah, there's other stuff like judges and whatnot. But okay, cool. Jason, anything else you wanted to talk about while you're on here?
Nothing else for me. Just got a lot of work to do the next couple of weeks to get some materials ready for the accessibility track and the intro call and the any workshops that I'm going to be doing. So
awesome. Yeah, I don't know what your experience is, but my experience with accessibility workshop has been that you have to just cover the absolute basics. It's hard to get very far, and the important thing is just to get people to actually set up their accessibility tools and actually start testing and get a feel for it. So it's not so abstract and theoretical.
Yeah, so just going over, the different types of disabilities, the different use cases, and some of the tools, the assistive technologies they use, and then some of the tools that developers can use, right, to make their products accessible. I also was talking to a friend of mine who is a blind engineer, and he was interested in coming down to Bitcoin++ as well. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to, but he expressed some interest, so I'm trying to follow up with that and see if I can get him to come down and do a live screen reader demo with me. I think that usually has a lot more impact. We actually did a hackathon quite a few years back doing the same thing, and we had a lot of teams that were interested in accessibility after that. So
amazing.
That's excellent. Mo and I were at a workshop a couple of years ago, last year, I think, at Foss Backstage, where they had these sunglasses that were just completely painted black. You couldn't see anything. There's like, get your device out, put these sunglasses on, now do this, do that. And everyone was lost.
Yeah, that could be very useful as well. Yeah, these hands-on kind of interactive.
If you manage to send the sats, you get to keep them. see how far people get. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about the accessibility track. Thanks for organizing all that.
Of course.
Cool. Anything else? Anything with Sahil maybe? Okay, hold on. PaperPsych is just asking. So project ideas, how are we planning to add them or validate them? So, I mean, people can submit ideas on the website, right? I'm not going to submit ideas because I'm an organizer, so I'm going to stay out of it. I'm just going to push people a little bit where I think that might be ideas. So I don't know. You are welcome to submit ideas if you think they're great. You can also just ask in the Discord or on social media and it's like, hey, what is anyone excited about this? Just to see what people think. But yeah, I think that, sponsors and project ideas and participation, that's where it's helpful if we all kind of push and poke a little bit in different places. Does that help, Paper?
So just to summarize, like just in terms of like the next highest priorities for the Designathon, it feels like it's getting more sponsorship in, because we need a accessibility prize and we need a second prize to be sponsored and a third prize, and then getting more idea submissions, because we don't have a lot of idea submissions at the moment. So sponsorships and idea submissions would be the priority for next week. Getting the write-up out to Bitcoin Magazine, which is at its final stages. So it's pretty much wrap up Bitcoin Magazine document, wrap up sponsorship document, get that over to Jason so Jason can send out, or anyone else who wants to send out.
Yep.
And then the ideas one, I don't know how we would tackle that one besides social media posts. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we can also seed a bunch of ideas and put them live on the website. I think that's fine too. Maybe it gets the juices flowing and get people a little bit inspired when they actually see something out there.
Yeah, Christoph, isn't that what you wanted me to do with the mining stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I reached out to Scott and I was asking him if he has any pain points he can send me. So just trying to formulate a little bit better idea there that is a little more focused. But yeah, I should have something posted for that soon.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. If you come through with that one, if Stacy comes through with the Saving Satoshi movie trailer, Gen AI video stuff, and then if Neil possibly comes through with the institutional custody guideline thing, then we already have 3 ideas up there. Yashraj posted one, that'd be a 4th one. And they don't have to be so dead serious either. It could be anything. Could be dance performance or whatever. Yeah, just completely open. Yeah, maybe Sahil has some ideas that I'd like to see explored.
Sorry, I totally missed that. I'm kind of distracted at the park.
No worries.
That's my bad.
No worries.
That's
You're
totally
at
my bad,
Bitcoin Park
guys.
at the moment?
Yeah. There's a grassroots events happening the last couple of days. So
Yep, heard about that. Right. Nice.
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, generally just don't be shy. If you have something that you think would be cool to explore, just submit it. Just go for it.
Oh, ideas. Yeah. I gotcha.
Okay.
Bye,
Cool.
Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Take care, all. See you next week.
Yeah. Yeah, but Mo, you're right. That's it. We update the website, we update some of these documents, and then it's just about creating buzz, getting more people out there involved, organizing some of the workshops. But I think a lot of the real groundwork will then be, I think we'll be in a pretty good place. I think a lot of groundwork is done or about to be wrapped up. So I think we're in good shape with the event as a whole. Just need to kind of follow up on all these little things and create more buzz.
Totally. And let's just, once the sponsorship doc is finished, let's just go crazy with sending that out to as many people as possible and see who wants to sponsor. And let's just go crazy with posting on the socials about looking for sponsors, because it feels like we have some tracks. So it feels like it's clear what they would be sponsoring. So yeah, I think it's clear from their sort of standpoint what they're sponsoring as well. Bye, Sahil, and enjoy it.
Here's y'all.
Bye. Yeah, we've got the foundation now. Foundation's in place. The trees has planted its roots.
Yeah.
So,
How are we doing with the Bitcoin Magazine article? So I took the text and did a little bit of AI collaboration rewrite, a little bit.
I didn't comment on it, but I much prefer your AI version, AI assisted version, than the version that I wrote. This seems a lot more, it's just much more fluid in terms of readability. I feel like the version that I put together was like more like paragraphs, and this kind of just keeps it very succinct and short. And I like the bullets. I'm a fan of bullets.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
No, I think that's kind of where the AI is helpful too. Like you provide the content, and then you let the AI format it in kind of a decent way and adjust the tone and point out any grave issues and whatnot.
I feel like with one more review, the AI assisted version you wrote is just good to go. I do think I know someone from Bitcoin Magazine because they contacted me in the past to be a speaker. So maybe I could email them, but I don't know if anyone else has a contact, then you're welcome to email them as well. But I'm also happy to email it over once it's ready.
Yeah. And I think a good perspective to review this from is like if you're like a Bitcoiner and you check out Bitcoin Magazine, you come to this article, does this make you want to participate? Does it give you that vibe? It's like, yes, this is amazing. I want to be part of this. Let's go. If you feel that way, we've succeeded. And I do think we also need to provide an image, a header image for them, which we can come up with.
Yep, that's important. Yeah. If we can maybe try to get that out by Friday, end of day tomorrow, or end of day Monday, that would be amazing. I don't think it needs much more work. Yeah.
Cool. Is anyone kind of because when we say this stuff, we're kind of relying on someone in this group kind of to review it, or we're just asking, but we're not sure if anyone's good. Does anyone want to commit to saying, I will take a look at this?
I will take
I want to. Okay.
you and I. Okay, we do one final review. The header image. Should I just go into the design file, or do you want to put a header image in there, Christoph? I'm happy either way.
So I'm not sure if they have any requirements for header images, if they need to be a certain size or how this works. I'm just pulling up the Bitcoin Magazine here separately. No, I guess it doesn't seem like they have like huge wide header images or so. They're pretty normal ratio, 16:9 probably. Yeah, so I think in the like from a very quick glance, it seems like what we have in the Figma file is good to go. So one of those.
Okay. All right. So we already have a design with this text in the Figma file.
Yeah, something like, join the Bitcoin Designathon May 4 to 18.
Okay, perfect.
Just one of those. It's one that you like.
So V, if we can sort of commit to doing a final review sort of by today, end of day tomorrow, then I'm going to ship it to Bitcoin Magazine on Monday. Let's do it.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, cool. And let me see, on your website, Commingle stuff's up, questions. Yeah, that's it. I mean, if anyone wants to test the website or anything else.
Okay, so I wanted to add something. While I was going to the website, I was confused what were the type of ideas I could submit. I think we could move the type of ideas from FAQs in the bottom to somehow which is visible. It was not visible. It was difficult to find. Maybe some topics, maybe some major idea tracks.
Yeah, that's a very good point. We're not. So I think when we have the prices here, I think that will give some guidance. So that's a new section that will give a bit of guidance. And then you are correct. There should be a link here So if you have questions, you're not sure if your idea is appropriate, we actually have something here. This is what you're referring to. So we should link to
Yes, yes,
this.
yes. I
We
saw
should
this.
link to this
Yes.
information. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good one. Yeah. I cannot hear you, but you're not muted either. Can others hear her? No.
No.
Let me just take a note real quick. Oops. Now you're muted. Yeah. I mean, you know, the updated version of the website, that live being, it adjusts some of the colors actually. So hopefully that fixes it afterwards. But yeah, you're welcome to review that updated version. And I'd like to, once the sponsor doc is in good shape, then I think I'd like to push that update live because it does add a good amount of stuff. Maybe tomorrow as well.
Yep.
And yeah, anything else? All good?
It seems like we're just good.
Awesome.
So yeah, let's dive a bit more into BTC Prague next week as well, because we've had a lot of the focus on the designathon, but the BTC Prague is literally around the corner as well. So yeah, it won't be a heavy lift. It's just, it feels like it's mostly speakers and event planning in terms of this is what's going to happen at this time. And then, you know, as you guys said, we can use the same layout from last year as well.
I have a question for everyone here. So for afternoon activities, so 2 years ago we had the card game session, and then we had this design battle that Johnson Steven
Steven?
did, I think.
Yeah.
There was like some heavy metal music playing, and it was just like design battle happening. It was super intense. I was so fried at that time. I went outside and had a beer. I couldn't. It was too much. But clearly it worked. People were pumped up. Another idea is something like a bar camp type of thing where people put ideas on a whiteboard, and then people vote on ideas, and then you have like little chat groups where people get together and talk about the topics that they brought up before. It's very interactive, right? It's really guided by what people are there for. Is there anything else that you could think of? Any other formats or things that you think would be cool to do?
Oh, I have one of the ideas. What you could do is, we could have craft papers, pens, or those physical things, and then we could have people build something, prototype out of it, maybe first draft, something related to the design. I think it would be cool activity because it would be more of interaction. It would be more of sketching out things, building things, papers, stickers, or any sort of favicols, all the stationery stuff.
Sounds cool. Do you have an example of that? Like, I don't know. Have you observed that happen at an event? Maybe someone wrote an article or so about it.
Yeah, actually, this was one of those YouTube channels I was visiting. So one of the person, just to build up the collaborative activity, he brought up this idea so that people could interact more. Then after that, basically the major goal was to form teams and have people get comfortable with each other. So they were forming teams, and then they were making out stuff. And also when I went to this Salesforce event, what they did was they provided us with certain uh, cards where we have to color things and all that. So this was majorly, and we have to craft out some origami products. This was majorly because of kids. They were contributing, they were making donations for kids or something, but some physical product ideas were there.
Mhm. That's interesting. Yeah, that's very hands-on, which reminds me Stacy did another WarNet event at MIT at their expo where they spun up 400 Bitcoin nodes, and then teams had to Bitcoin nodes with different versions of Bitcoin Core, and then the teams had to go in. Every team was assigned 10 nodes, and they had to hack them and crash them using various hacking techniques and stuff. Developers loved it. Like teams got together and there was like super nerd activity, right? But it's awesome. So what is like a design creative, version of that? Like something where people really have to sit down together for like 2-3 hours and like, I don't know, do something that is just total designer thing. And then maybe there's a prize. And
I feel like they could be like even card prompts. I mean, it's a lot. This is a bit too much with what Stephen did. Like I feel like you could prompt things and then you could, just go in all sorts of different directions. I feel like something with role playing as well is very fun. Like you have different people with different roles on a team. People usually like that as well because then it's a bit more defined, especially if you have a little bit of time. You could just give people roles. They could be a UX designer, they can be a UX researcher, then they can be a product manager, and then you just all go crazy. I don't know.
role play,
Yeah.
which is a bit like the Nifty has some role playing thing, and I think it has to do with nodes. Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
last year we wanted to have the design battle again, and basically nobody showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. people are fried. I think they don't. There's no energy or little energy left.
totally.
So we would need an alternative plan as well in case that nobody shows up for that.
Yeah, the trick would almost be to sign up people for the design battle beforehand.
Yeah.
So it's kind of mapped out.
And it also very much depends on what's going on in the other rooms.
Yeah.
If there's something interesting, people will obviously just go there where it's interesting.
Yeah.
One
Maybe.
idea I had, sorry, just
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's less hands-on and it's maybe a little bit more tailored towards the sensitivities that people are kind of mentally burnt out. And like last year, what I noticed was kind of like Michael's point to the end, like people were just kind of in the lobby area, just having a beer and hanging out. That kind of seemed to be like what the vibe people were chasing. In Baltic Honey Badger, D++ did the Who Wants to Be a Satillionaire thing, which is like a fork of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Where like you have someone, it's like basically like a trivia thing,
Yeah.
and it's more fun and kind of hands on because the crowd is just watching and like enjoying like the quiz show, and we could fork that and make it be maybe like more design centric. That way, it's a little bit less like psychologically intensive. It's kind of like this chill event where people can just come, sit, relax. They don't have to do too much, and it's also just engaging enough where you have someone that's participating, like 3 or 4 people, kind of doing it.
I feel like we could also, and this is sounding very lazy, but we could also do just like a movie review thing where we invite them not to engage, not even to talk, not even to build anything. It's like, hey, come chill. And that's kind of where the beanbag idea also fits in. Just come chill and come watch some design inspired movies with us. And then we can have a bit of a chat about it. Just keep it very chill so that people know that nothing is going to be asked of them. They could even come into the room with their beer, So, I don't know. The movie thing, I believe there was a whole Bitcoin movie festival, which people were super keen on. So I don't know. I'm thinking of the very opposite end of the scale where you're really requiring nothing, very little from people. Yeah.
I'm by the way, I'm keeping notes on all these ideas. I'm going to put them in the planning doc, the BTC Prague planning doc, later. To Eric, your idea reminded me of something. There was some event where there was some complex topic, and there was a technical expert who had explained it in 3 minutes to someone who knew nothing about it, and then that person had to explain it to someone else afterwards. And it was like information transmission, game of telephone type of thing. sounds like it could work out, but it's another one of these game show type of events. Okay, well, sounds like we'll have to brainstorm. Maybe we can brainstorm a bunch of ideas and then just kind of vote on them.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Everyone tired of planning for now?
I am tired of all planning for now.
For today, for this moment.
For today, just
Okay.
for now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then let's wrap up.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for joining and making all this stuff happen.
We're over the biggest ones, you know. We've laid the foundation. Everything has its roots in the ground. Let's just put the foundation of the roots in the ground for BTC Prague now a little bit more next week, and let's just move forward the last bits of the designathon planning.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Stop the recording.